You find yourself in a strange room. Within is a couch, a remote control, and a TV. What would you like to do?
I grab the remote, sit on the couch, and turn on the TV. Actually, before I commit to that, does this count as a rest period so I can replenish my spells?
I don't see anything in the rules saying you can't. I'll let it count this time. It has been a long campaign, after all.
Okay, so I turn on the TV. What's on?
The TV is tuned into the Hub network.
Excuse me, did you just say Hub network?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is an older edition. The TV is tuned into Discovery Family, playing Dungeons and Discord, the new episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. You sit and watch. Would you like to review the episode when it's done? It won't count against your rest period, but you will have to roll another perception check.
But what about YouTube's broken copyright system that prevented us from posting our song parody review last week? Which, by the way, I'm still pretty ticked off about.
Yeah, that did suck, but I don't think we'll have to worry about it this time.
In that case, I will review it. 11, plus my 7 modifier, and a wisdom bonus of 2. Yeah, I paid really close attention. I think I passed that one.
You watch the episode through to the end. Suddenly, your YouTube audience is in the room awaiting your analysis.
They are? Holy crud, they are!
What? What the? How long have they been there?
Hopefully they came in after you sent me through the bathhouse of affectionate cat girls. Not that I didn't like that part.
Shoot, we need to step things up. Cue the epic soundtrack! Suddenly, a monster appears.
A monster? What is it?
It's an internet troll. Its hideous face is hidden behind a mask of anonymity, which it believes grants it the power to say and do anything without repercussion, and its claws are poised and ready to dig under your skin and cause agonizing frustration. You can fight it if you want, but you still have the option to ignore it and leave.
Yeah, if you're a sissy.
No. Something about his smarmy attitude is compelling me to fight him. I'm gonna put this scumbag in his place.
In that case, roll for initiative.
7.
My lucky number. I go first. A fantasy game has no place existing in a fantasy world like Equestria.
That depends on your definition of fantasy. Fantasy is about more than just dragons and unicorns. It's about embodying a different life, exploring a different world, doing things you wouldn't get to do otherwise. Spike and Big Macintosh almost never get to be the heroes of any adventures, so it makes sense they'd be into this sort of thing. Sure, it might have been more interesting if it was, say, sci-fi instead of fantasy, but that doesn't change a thing I just said. And besides, that kind of nitpicking distracts from the real issues with this episode.
Like what, crap face?
Like how the plot's a bit of a slog to get through, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the first and third act were fine, but the second act even I thought meandered a bit too much. If they'd have gotten to the point a bit sooner, I don't think I would have had an issue. I don't see any reason why they couldn't have kept it more in the game world the whole time and not still explored the same themes.
Oh, so you're one of those guys who hates the show no matter what, huh? No wonder the fandom hates you critics.
I don't hate the episode. I never said I hated the episode. It had good humor. It had good animation. Wait a minute, I thought you were supposed to be attacking this thing.
Shut up, you pansy. You're just one of those guys who act smart so you can feel better than the rest of us. Well, if you're so smart, tell me this. What's the moral of the episode? Oh wait, I know. Let's all get along and be good little girls like every other moral this show's ever given us.
To counter that one, you'll have to roll diplomacy.
Dice, don't fail me now!
Hey, no fair! That dice is loaded. Make it roll again!
Even if he did, he has so many points in diplomacy that he's guaranteed a high score no matter what. Go ahead, Omni viewer. What's your counter-argument?
Getting along is part of it. I won't deny that. But But the other side is compromise. Discord wanted Spike and Big Macintosh to fully assimilate into his world, and they wanted him to fully assimilate into theirs. All that did was get both sides angry. But it was only by finding a middle ground between the two sides that allowed things to work out in the end. It may not have been the focus, but it was there.
Well, I think you're making stuff up, you misogynist.
How does anything I just said make me a misogynist?
This episode focuses on the male characters, so you defending it automatically means you hate women.
Oh no, you're just using that as a distraction because you don't want to admit I have a point.
I bet you clap too, don't you sicko?
Oh, you did not just accuse me of that. All right, Butterball. I'm going to unleash a spell that'll shut you up once and for all. I cast...
Suddenly the ceiling caves in and crushes you both to death.
What? But I was just about to win the fight.
No way! I was about to win. Then I was gonna go upstairs and brag about it to my mom.
Haven't either of you learned anything from all the online drama this year? No one ever wins these fights. Not really. Both sides just keep building up rage until they are inevitably crushed under the weight of their own egos. The smartest thing to do is to simply not fight at all.
Huh. You know, even if that was a long way to go for a setup, I can't argue with the punchline. Well, what do you say, Troll? The episode is about compromise, so agree to disagree?
Oh, so you forfeit then?
No, I'm just saying this argument isn't going anywhere, so there's no point in keeping it up. You go your way, I'll go mine.
You mean you'll go and be gay, right? 'Cause bronies are gay. And stupid.
It's over, Troll. You can keep ranting if you want to, but Snazzy and I are moving on.
Well, whatever. I got better stuff to do with my time than talk to you two jerkwads.
Well, Snazzy, I dare say that was one of the best sessions we've ever played. Even if my character is dead now.
Actually, it turns out you dodged at the last second, so your quest to rescue the Princess Buttercup continues. What did you think of the episode, anyway?
Even if it had its problems, it was still pretty fun. I'd watch it again.
Yeah. Say, should we invite the troll back to our next session? No, you're right. Forget I said that. I don't want to see his ugly mug again either. Mask or no mask.
What the? Who are you supposed to be? If I had a nose as big as yours, I'd kill myself. Why don't you?
Ye find yeself in a dark dungeon. Ye see a flask. Exits at... What are you all still doing here? The review's over. What more do you want?
They probably want to know why we didn't post a review of The Times They Are a Changeling last week. Well, we were going to do one, trust me. See, we had recorded a song parody of the Bob Dylan song from which the episode took its name. It didn't really turn out the way we had exactly wanted. We could only do the audio, the music, we just couldn't figure out. We were going to try posting it anyway, but when we tried, we got copyright claimed, so we took it down, and since we didn't have a backup plan, because we honestly didn't think we'd need one, we just ultimately decided to skip it.
We did enjoy the episode. It was one of the best Spike episodes the show has ever produced. And we even liked the song better than most people seem to. We'll probably revisit it one day, but for now, we're just moving on.
By rather eerie coincidence, the second opinion wound up doing almost the exact same thing, just with higher production value and a slightly more analytical edge. So if you want to see a musical review based on that song, we provided a link down in the description to his channel.
Also in the description is a link to the DeviantArt page of Cadet Redshirt, who did the title card for this week's video, and did a darn good job at it too. Go ahead, check out her work. She's really good.
We can't thank her enough for doing this, so seriously, go check her stuff out. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, where were we? Exits are North, South, and Dennis.